All right, here we go. Today we have former NBA referee Tim Donaghy, who was busted in 2007 by the FBI for betting on his own games. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, it's your first time here, and I've heard about you for years. I saw the 60 Minutes special as well as some of the other interviews, and you wrote a book as well. But I want to get into your whole story. So you were born outside of Philly?
Yes, Havertown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and your dad was actually a referee himself?
Right, he was a top college referee for probably 25, 30 years.
Okay, did that have a lot of influence on you? Were you going to the games with him and watching your dad on the court?
Definitely when I was younger, I used to always go to the games with him down at the Palestra in Philadelphia or even, down to D.C. or Virginia. Would always travel with him on the weekends.
Was it always in the plans to be a referee yourself?
No, I got out of college and I had a job and I didn't like what I was doing. I had another job, I didn't like what I was doing. And then my mom suggested that I start refereeing and pursue a career as an NBA referee. And I thought, what the heck? There was a lot of people from our area who did it and they were successful. So I put the plan in place and started to officiate and try to contact the NBA and see if they had any type of training program I could get in.
Okay, because you graduated from Villanova, and originally you were doing more, was it college level refereeing?
Not quite college level, but high school and a league called the CBA, which was the minor leagues of the NBA.
Got it. So how do you transition from the minor leagues into the big leagues in the NBA?
You're in a training program with the NBA. They're following you around to games that you're officiating in the CBA and flying you out to summer leagues to officiate the draft picks of the NBA in the summer and just training you and programming you into doing things that how they want you to do it on the floor. And, there's probably about 20 people that go out to the summer camps. And I did it for 3 or 4 years and then eventually did the preseason of the NBA and wasn't hired that year. And the next year I did the preseason and I was eventually hired.
Okay, this was 1994.
Correct.
Okay, you were 27 years old at the time.
26.
26, got it. How did it feel, to see your dad do this for a living, to go through the whole CBA and actually make it to a level higher than your dad, to the absolute highest level of refereeing?
Greatest feeling in the world. You set out to pursue something that was tough to do and you worked hard and it was a long road to get there where you weren't making a lot of money. And eventually when you finally get that call that they're going to hire you, it's, the greatest feeling in the world.
Okay. And you were making about $300,000 a year as an NBA ref?
By the time I was done, yes.
Okay. So it's like a gradual scale where you kind of move up?
Right. I think when I first started, it was $80,000 a year with a $25,000 playoff bonus and whatever money you had made off your airlines by, downgrading your first class tickets and flying coach. So, probably about $150,000 the first year and well over 300, my last year.
Okay. I mean, what changed in your life when you first became an NBA ref? Because you weren't making $150,000 a year in the CBA.
No, definitely not. I mean, everything changed. You go from, wondering how you're going to pay your bills every month to having plenty of money and buying whatever you wanted to buy.
Okay. So now you're an official NBA ref and the next year you get married.
Right.
You end up having 4 daughters.
Yes.
Okay. So what were the first few years like as a ref?
They were difficult because you're basically the young guy on the staff. A lot of the players and coaches are yelling at you. They didn't yell at the veteran referees. They yelled at the new guys. So it was tough, and you had to really hold your ground and stick to everything that you did and not allow them to intimidate you. So the first couple of years were definitely difficult, but as you got a lot of experience, you were accepted and it became a little bit easier each game.
Okay. And in the NBA, the refs have like a ranking or a score kind of associated with them?
Yeah, they when I was here, I think there was 54 of us, and they rank you 1 through 54 to evaluate you to see who does the playoffs and who basically moves up the ladder each year.
Okay, and where were you ranking-wise in the beginning?
Down at the bottom. The younger guys are always rated down at the bottom, so it's a thing where you have to gain a lot of experience and work your way up and become accepted and prove that you can do the job.
Okay, so, during your whole career, you did 772 regular season games and 20 playoff games. At what point did you get to do a playoff game?
I believe it was in my 9th year that I did my first playoff game.
What year was that around?
Well, I guess I started in 94, so 2002, 2003.
Okay, so how did it feel to get to the point where you're so good at your job that they're promoting you to playoff games?
Just like when you get the call that you're hired, you get the call that you're going to do your first playoff game, and it's joy that that you're doing well, you're moving up the ladder, and that you're accepted not only by the players and coaches, but by the league office who is monitoring every move you basically make.
During the time of you being a ref, did you see other refs ever getting fired or, let go or anything else like that?
Yeah, there were. There was maybe one guy that would get let go each year, whether it was a veteran that, was in the league for 15 years that wasn't progressing the way they thought, or a younger guy that didn't move up, like they thought he should have progressed early on. So there was always 3 or 4 guys that were on probation each year, and maybe one was let go each year.
Did you know of any other refs that were let go for wrongdoing, doing something underhanded or anything else like that?
No, nothing like that. It was all just based on performance, or they gave them an early retirement and, kind of phased them out.